Hi, I've been getting a lot of questions regarding net unrealized appreciation strategies, and so I thought I'd do a quick video to show you an example and some personal experiences. So I'm going to share my screen now, and you should see net unrealized appreciation strategy. So basically, what this is taking company stock out of a 401k plan, transferring it to a brokerage account. In that process, you're paying ordinary income taxes on what you paid for the stock, essentially your cost basis. And then when you do sell the stock later in life, or you'll pay long-term capital gains on that portion. And there's some requirements when you're doing net unrealized appreciation in terms of you have to have company stock. This is a big one. A lot of people, or some people I would say, own shares of a mutual fund that owns a company stock. And the other thing that you have to do is be 59 and a half or have separated from the company. If you meet these criteria, then it's a pretty good strategy for a number of reasons. So here I have an example. And for this example's sake, let's just assume a couple of things. So some assumptions here are that your entire 401k balance is company stock. And for easy math, we're just using a fair market value of $100,000. And the other thing that we're going to assume is that we're not looking at state and local taxes. We're only looking at federal taxes, and we're going to keep that at 22%. So if you were to take a distribution from a 401k plan and it was 100% company stock and you took $100,000 out, you'd pay 22% taxes on that, which would leave you with a tax bill of $22,000. Now, if we did our net unrealized appreciation strategy, we could take that same $100,000, pay ordinary income on the $20,000, which is $4,400, and then the rest of it would be long-term capital gains, which is then $16,400 as a total, which saves you about $5,600. Now, there's a lot of different things that would play into this, but this is a basic example and should give you a framework when you're doing your planning. There are three things that I'd like to talk about specific to this example that I think is important to realize. Number one, you don't have to do 100% of your company stock. If you have $100,000 in company stock, you could do $50,000 and not $100,000 and keep the rest in a retirement plan. Number two is that if you are planning to sell your company stock as soon as you take it out to rebalance, to reduce your risk level, well, odds are, if you're working with a good planner, they'll tell you to keep it in the retirement plan and rebalance within there, and then just pay ordinary income taxes on future distributions. The third thing here, and this is from personal experience, if you plan to keep the stock, so I'll just share the story. My dad worked at Hamilton Sunstrand, that became Raytheon, that became Pat Hewitt, then UTC, United Technologies Corporation. And my dad was going to keep this company stock. He goes to a CPA, and the CPA says, look, you're going to be roughly at the same tax bracket. It doesn't make sense. Let's just keep things simple and not do the NUA strategy. Well, if you're going to keep your company stock, the one thing that the CPA was not looking at was that if my dad did the NUA strategy, kept the company stock, when he passed away, my mom would have gotten a step up in cost basis. So you may receive a step up in cost basis on a security that has significant gains and eliminate, in this example, $12,000 of capital gains tax. And I think that's important from a planning perspective. And there are ways to protect this concentrated position by the use of options and other things that we can discuss more on a one-on-one basis. But if you have questions or if you have any comments, please leave it below, and I'll do my best to answer them in a timely fashion. Thank you.